just in game 4, what are the biggest things, or what are the biggest ways you guys need to kind of execute better defensively, and just kind of take a step forward on defense?
Yeah, you mean a lot of things. We got to be a little bit more physical into the ball, try to be more aggressive on that end of the court. We're not doing a great job of keeping them out of what they want to run. Watch a lot of film. They're able to run their plays, get to their spots, and we just got to be a little bit more physical and communicate better on that end of the court.
And how much does that also kind of translate or affect also offense? I know Nate had mentioned that, not getting stops kind of prevents you from kind of getting something easy and getting out in transition and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it does. It's tough to be good offensively when you're always taking the ball out of the net. So we got to figure out a way to get stops. And, offensively, we're a team. And in game 1, we were great in transition. The ball was moving. We're crisp in our movements. And again, it just felt like we were out in transition. We were playing a little bit faster in game 1. And, I think the last 2 games, especially last game, they got us in the half court a little bit more. The game felt slower. It didn't feel like we had a great rhythm. And, we got to try to find that next game, especially early.
Thank you.
Charles Odom.
Nate mentioned today that this is a new position for you guys, and coming off this last game, especially in that third quarter, can you talk about the mental part of this game and what you saw in from your teammates today in terms of the ability to regroup and regain confidence? Yeah,
really, everything in this playoffs has been new to us for the most part, except for a handful of guys. So this is just another experience being in a different position than last series, where now we're the team behind a game, and we really need to win tomorrow. Obviously, that's something tomorrow's really important if we want to continue this series. Tomorrow's game is extremely important, especially at home. Them getting the last 2, and we get tomorrow, we're in a good spot. We still feel good about ourselves. We need to find a way to regroup. The last 2 games obviously haven't gone the way we wanted, but we still have a really good opportunity to continue to advance this series tomorrow night.
Allison Mastrangelo.
Kind of already answered the question I was going to ask, but just overall, how do you feel? I know DeAndre was kind of hurt pretty much on and off throughout the whole season, but how do you guys feel, especially as a second unit now, and for you increasing more minutes now in this series and hopefully, stepping up?
Yeah, we still feel like we got the guys to be able to beat this team. We're going to miss Dre, but like you said, he's kind of been in and out all year, and we found ways to beat really good teams really throughout the year. So we just got to get back. We got to play our brand of basketball. We got to make the pace a little bit more to our speed, our tempo. We got to limit them. We got to get stops defensively. Really comes down to that. If we can't stop them, doesn't really matter what we do offensively. So we just got to be better at that end of the court. And we still got the guys that we need to win this thing.
Terrence Moore.
Okay, Allison kind of asked what I was going to ask. I'm going to ask it in a different way, I guess. Given that DeAndre Hunter is out, does that put more pressure on you personally and maybe your teammates to say, hey, I've got to step up and do even more than I thought I would have had done previously?
Yeah, it for sure does. More minutes, more opportunity. Guarding, obviously, if Dre was in here, he probably would have been guarding either Ben or Tobias, and that becomes either myself or Bogey and John, and just really across the board. Dre's versatility on both ends of the court is something that when he's with us is great to have, but when he's out, it leaves a void a little bit. The other guys got to step up and fill it. But like I said, we still, I think, have the personnel to do it. We still got a really good team, a really deep roster, and we'll find out a way.
Well, and to follow up to that, a lot of people, when they hear that, they got to step up and push more pressure on them, that could be a negative for them, where they just say that, that's just adding too much on my brain, perhaps to kind of to step up and do a little bit more. But it sounds like from what you just said there, this is something that you look forward to, a challenge. Is that correct? That you're looking forward to being that guy or trying to be more of that guy?
Yeah, obviously it's, you embrace it. It's the playoffs. I want to be on the court. It's something obviously I look forward to for, there's more opportunities for myself, more opportunities for guys like Solo and T. Snell and anybody else we bring off the bench. So opportunity for a lot of different guys to step up. So for sure, we're excited about it.
Kevin Chenard.
I have a question that's kind of nagged at me since game one. There was a play like 4 minutes left where Trey kind of walks the ball up the court, walks the dog, doesn't touch the ball, and it took 18 seconds off the clock. You're the one giving him that ball. Does he ask for a specific pass there, or does he just work with whatever you give him?
Yeah, he tells us he tells us to slow it down. I think in a lot of ways that kind of move, it does a lot of different things. I think for someone like Trey who plays a lot of minutes and is getting hounded all game, it's probably a good opportunity for him to catch a breath. And in a game like that where we're up, it's kind of like slowing the game down without really slowing the game down. You know, once we pick up the ball, we want to be aggressive and go offensively. But if we get 18 free seconds to take out the shot clock in a game where, especially game one, where we needed all 18 of those seconds to go off the clock, you look back and it was a big play. And I think the funny part of that was Joel's reaction when he was watching it happen. So it's a smart move by Trey. It's savvy. He's done that a couple times this year, but I think that was the most memorable for sure.
So what does he say to you? What's sort of the cue for you to do that?
I mean, as we're taking the ball out, he just kind of says, like, toss it, like, roll it, say one or the other. So you just kind of toss it lightly to him, and obviously watching the defenders. But from there on, he decides whether to pick it up or let it roll.
Final question from Mark Narducci.
Hey, Kevin, you were really had a good first two games, and then you got in some real early foul trouble, and it just didn't go your way the other night. Just how much are you looking forward to just getting back there and kind of redeeming yourself from Friday night?
Yeah. Last game, it was definitely a frustrating game, personally for myself. Just that early foul trouble, want to be on the court, keep the rhythm of the first two games going, and just wasn't able to find a good rhythm. Tried to in the second half. It's tough when we're down by that many, and I gotta be smarter. Got to be a lot smarter with my fouls, especially with guys out and needing to play big minutes, and just can't put myself in that situation. So next game, I'll be smarter, be more aggressive on the offensive end of the court, and hopefully do whatever I can to help us win.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yep, thanks, guys.